apocalypse.
So in the last episode, I was maxing out the astrology constellation for the 2 new skills because I wanted the best bonus that I could. And as you can see, I've maxed that out, and these are the bonuses. If you want to pause it, have a look. This is what I got. Another thing that I want to do is basically switch the 3 obstacles in particular. We got obstacle 2, which helps with cartography. There's going to be obstacle 4 that's going to help with archaeology, but you need level 25 in archaeology, and as you can see, I only have 1. And then we got obstacle 9, which you need 50 levels in both the new skills before I can actually get them. So as soon as I get the levels needed, I will be switching out the obstacles for the new skills. Now, since I spoke more in terms of cartography in the last episode, I'm going to be focusing more on archaeology, but there are a couple of things that I wanted to go through. So I wanted to wait till I'd recorded before doing archaeology, so that's why I haven't done anything. So for the past however long it's been, I've been doing a whole lot of cartography, and as you can see, I have unlocked the whole entire map. I wanted to do that to see what I got and stuff, and the reason why my video is over here is because I wanted to show you guys something. So for cartography, there's 3 pets that you can get. We've got Sky, which gives minus 5% cartography travel costs, and that you can get from basically any action in cartography, whether it is leveling up hexes, creating paper, or even leveling up your tiers for certain dig sites. So I managed to get that, and I'm really happy about that. The second pet is Hex, and that gives plus 3% global mastery experience, and you get that when you unlock the entire world map. So essentially going through and unlocking as I do, and that's a guaranteed pet when you unlock everything. And the third pet, which is going to be the long-winded pet that you're going to get last, is essentially hex masteries. Now, initially only points of interest and dig site hexes can be surveyed up to level 5, and once they're level 5, they're mastered. All of our hexes can be surveyed up to level 2, and once you basically unlock the entire map, you can then go back over to the hexes that are level 2 and upgrade them to level 5. So once you get 944 hexes to level 5, then you get Cthulhu, which is the last pet. But it's taken me such a long time to actually get the map unlocked, and considering I only have 126 hexes, it's going to take me a whole long time, a lot of hours to actually do it. But I'm going to probably be doing cartography while I'm offline for reasons that I will be going through later on. So those are the 3 pets, and that's why I put my video to the side so you could see that. Now, with that in mind, basically you get to create paper, and then with that paper you get to upgrade your dig sites. Now, when you initially unlock dig sites, they will start off at tier excellent, and then you've got to do a certain amount of actions for it to get to perfect, and once they're perfect, you basically can't upgrade them anymore. They give a certain amount of excavation actions, or excavation points as I'm going to be calling it, and for each tier that you go up, you get a higher chance of actually finding artifacts. So it is worth actually maxing the tiers to perfect. The only issue is it takes a long time to do. Now, as you can see, I'm currently doing the old village. I'm going to get that to perfect before I switch over and do some archaeology. And these aren't all the dig sites that are available, even though I've basically done the entirety of the map in cartography, apart from going back over and getting them to level 5. I still am missing quite a few dig sites, because if I go over to archaeology, this one here, level 18 locating cartography to unlock. That's green. So once I get to 18 archaeology, this one will be available to me. But as you can see, level 6 locating cartography to unlock is red. That means that it requires a certain item from a previous dig site before that will unlock. And once you find that item, you then go over to cartography, and then you kind of travel to the... It will show up as a question mark. And then you travel to that, and then you can have that dig site available to you. And then you're going to put that from excellent to perfect here, which is... Oh god, this is going to be a pain to do. Like a real pain to do. But essentially, that's what's going to happen. It's really annoying, but I think that if you've unlocked the whole entire, once you actually get that item, it should just come up anyway. But no, you have to travel to it. Don't know whether that will change in the future. And there's 271 artifacts in total. I found one. I did find one. Because I think I found that somewhere else. I must have. Yeah, just ignore me. Okay, so another thing with cartography as well is that you can get more maps. And the way you do that is essentially, if we go over to here, we got +1 archaeology dig site map slot. I can get that at level 30 archaeology. And then we got another one which I need to do level 80 archaeology, and it give also unholy forest 100 times. I haven't done any combat at all. Like, seriously, no combat at all. And I'm going to be doing combat in the next episode. But for now, I haven't done it. So it's only going to be one dig site map that I get. The only problem is, once I get that, I then come over here and there's a certain hex that says that I could create maps. Once you get that and you've unlocked that one, it means that you can actually make a map. But you then have to do, instead of being straight at tier excellent, it's at the beginning, which is poor, because there's 4 tiers. We got poor, fine, excellent, and perfect. So it starts off at poor at 0, and you have to do 5,760 actions in order to max that out to perfect. That's going to be a pain, and that's one of the main reasons why I don't want to do archaeology offline, because going through the excavation points is going to be relatively quick. Well, not relatively quick, but it's going to be a waste of excavation points, and when I need to make a new map to get that to perfect is going to take me a long time. So I might as well make sure I keep an eye on it while I'm doing archaeology online, and then just do cartography offline when I can. And that's how I'm going to be doing things. So first things first, I gotta wait for this to max out. So I'll see you when that happens. Okay, so I've been on the wiki and I've been looking up the stuff that you can get from the artifacts on the old village. Now, one of the things that I was thinking of is refining my maps before actually doing archaeology on the old village. And I was like, which one of these am I going to be focusing mostly on? And I think I'm going to be focusing mostly on the small. And the reason for that is that on the very rare, 1 in 505 chance of getting like this barrier gem, that I'm going to need 11 of those. So I'm going to need 1 to donate to the museum, because when you donate the item, it does mean that it disappears. And then I'm going to need 10 more, because once I start doing fighting in the next video, I'm going to probably get the summoning for the last one, which is the turtle, and that requires 10 of those barrier gems. And with being a very rare chance, I might as well try and focus on trying to get as much of those as possible. So that's kind of the reason why I've kind of looked on the wiki and seen, okay, this is what I want to do in the future, yada yada yada. So currently I've got like 50,000 upgrades. Once those upgrades, we're going to do dig site map refinement, and then we'll start doing the archaeology. Okay, so we can currently refine up to 3 at the moment. I'm wondering if that actually goes up to 4 when I get tier perfect. So we're going to see if that actually happens. We've only got about 8 actions to do that. Now, I am really close to doing archaeology, don't worry guys, but I just wanted to bring in doing some cartography, because obviously in the last episode I was doing an R-ing and didn't know what I was doing, so I'm trying to refine it a little bit more than I did in the last episode, so you have more of an understanding. So now we have 12,482. We got all of these down, so we got tiny, small, medium, large. Obviously the lower these numbers are, the better it is, and I was focusing on trying to get small, so we can have up to 6. Okay, so first things first, I said small, so we're gonna do small, which puts us from 20 to 15. Let's see what we got for this dig site map only. 3% doubles chance. Okay, we're going to preserve excavation actions, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to do small again to get that to 10. Yes, plus 2,500 dig sites, although that's nice too. We'll do the 2,500. And then we got for this dig site preserve, and then +1 minimum items found in archaeology. We're going to actually do that, so that instead of getting 1, we'll get 2. So yeah, there we go. So we got all of these refinements on, which means that we can go over to archaeology and essentially go through. Now I am going to start with tiny. I'm only going to do one of these at a time, otherwise if I put all of them on, as you can see, it's split. I don't want to do that, so I'll focus on the bronze trowel at the moment. Well, give me a sec. Actually, I'm going to start with the large bronze shovel. We're going to do large, and the reason for this is that the uncommon one in the large is going to be the torn chart, and I'm going to need that to unlock a dig site, so I might as well just focus on trying to do that. We actually managed to get a new artifact, which is the old hunting bow, so if I press on that, I basically give one to the museum, and then we got a item here which we're going to put all of the we're going to put all of the new stuff into a tab for archaeology. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, so we're gonna go and wait till the torn chart is shows up for us, and then we'll figure it out. And we got a level in archaeology. That's cool. Okay, so I finally got the torn chart, so I'm going to donate one to the museum, and we're going to go over here like so. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to go over to okay, so if I go over here, as you can see, these are not available to us. So we're going to go over to cartography, and then I've got to search the board for... yeah, so this... And then, oh my god, 56 million. Travel all the way, and I have unlocked a dig site, and as you can see, once I get to level 6, that will be uncovered for us. Now, it is preferable to use the wiki to see where things are. And that's probably what I'm going to be doing, is kind of looking at the wiki and doing that. But then obviously I can't do that until I get the map to perfect. It's going to be a pain to do. So yeah, I gotta essentially get the barrier gems. Great! Sweet! We got a broken trowel here, and I'll go also look in the tasks as well. We got some Atlas of Discoveries. Broken trowel, obviously I need to kind of get 4 more of these. We got ancient wallberry seeds, which I need to do, but we do have discover 20 points of interest in cartography, which we've managed to do. So whoop, there we go. We've done 75 points of interest, whoop, and then we got 132 points of interest. Now I'm assuming that's including the locked dig sites here, so I've got to unlock all of the dig sites for me to max those out. So that's what I'm assuming. But it's a simple case of just sitting here waiting. But I think I'm gonna also try this, because I think either common or uncommon, I will get some sieves to upgrade this. Oh, okay, yeah, I can upgrade that. Yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna try and upgrade these as well. So nope, can't do that. Oh yeah, there you go. And then once I get to level 10, because obviously the higher that level number is, the higher the tool, the more chance you get of actually getting anything. So now it's a case of waiting. Okay, so I only need 25 of these Aranite sieves, and I have 15 at the moment. Obviously, I'm going to wait till I get 25 before switching back over to my small artifact tool, so the steel trowel at the moment. But in terms of the ancient wallberry seeds, in order to plant all of them, I still need to do stuff like this, but I need giant clay pot. I'm not sure which dig site I need those from. But for the ones that I have unlocked, I need 45. So we're going to do that. I've applied weird goop. I've spent my mastery experience pool on this. So we're going to go in and basically plan all of those. It's going to take 2 hours, 38 minutes and 24 seconds. So yeah, that's going to be a long time to actually do. But by the time we actually, I don't know how much I'm going to get back from them. So I might need to do kind of like the tiny ones just to get a bit more ancient wallberry seeds at some point. Do I have any more towns? Okay, yeah, so we're gonna give these in, which means we got these as well. So we're gonna put them over here. Yeah, we're gonna put them over here, and then we're gonna go over to museum, and we got some here. So doop, donate them, and we all have essentially all of the artifacts for tiny, and we got the ancient carrot seeds. I'm kind of hoping that I can level them up using the mastery experience pool, and then just get them back slowly, so I don't have to keep coming back and trying to gather more of these, because 1 in 505 chance is a low chance to actually grab them. So yeah, it's just now waiting on the Aranite sieve, and I should be golden. Okay, so what I've done is I got archaeology to level 25, which meant I switched over and changed my obstacle fort to the archaeology, which gives me a plus 5% chance to preserve dig site map excavation actions, and plus 6% archaeology skill XP and archaeology mastery XP. So I managed to do that. And now all I need to do is wait to level 70 of archaeology, not 50, which I thought was before, to change obstacle 9, which will help me in both cartography and archaeology. So I think for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit on Old Village for a little while, get to level 30, and probably buy myself the archaeology dig site maps a lot, and go through there and try and level up archaeology as much as possible, and I will be back. But first things first, here we got the Aranite sleeve right here. Now these are going to be great, but the problem is the trowel, brush, shovel are at different dig sites, so obviously I'll be referring to the wiki to get those, but not for now, because then I have to go back and basically level up a dig site to perfect before then being able to do it's going to be an issue. So I think for now I'm just going to be focusing on the sieve and trying to get archaeology up using Old Village. So I'll be back tomorrow, which will be in a bit for you guys. Okay, so I got archaeology to level 30 before it became apparent that I couldn't just do archaeology online. I had to do offline as well, mostly because some of these rare chances are slow, and also with like a 5-second chance of actually getting an artifact, and you're not always guaranteed an artifact. As you can see on a medium, I only have a 37.500% chance, and you only get archaeology experience if you find an artifact. So obviously it's going to be a slow progress. Now what I've decided to do is I'm going to do archaeology offline, but there's only going to be certain dig sites that I do. So for example, the Old Village, it has the basic barrier gems. I might just grind that out and try and get as many of those as possible. I did also upgrade the tortoise summoning tablet, so that when I do finally unlock it, it'll take less than 10 basic barrier gems to actually kind of do. But also I'm focusing on like certain dig sites that actually help increase your tool level, because the higher your tool level, the more percentage chance that you actually get a artifact. So for example, in the Old Village, I needed the Aranite sieve. I needed 25 of those of the Aranite tools to upgrade them. The Ancient Market, I got the trowel, the stonework, I got the shovel, and the one that took me the most time was the monument, with trying to get 25 of these Aranite brushes. It does say a 1 in 112 chance of getting. Yeah, that's total bull. But I needed to do this anyway, because the ancient stone tablet does unlock the first dungeon in the Atlas of Discovery. So those are the ones that I'm doing now. In order to upgrade even more of my tools, I need to get the level 75 dig site right here, but as you can see, it's red, locating cartography to unlock. This means that I need a certain item from one of these dig sites in order to unlock that. So I kind of figured it out from the wiki, because if you don't have the wiki, then you're just going to be wasting your time. So I would highly recommend kind of looking at that. But currently I'm trying to get the dig site of the secret mines, and I'm trying to get that to perfect before I switch over and do secret mines. Now I'm going to be doing the map refinement for medium, because that's going to give me a certain item that will unlock the ancient forge for me, so that I can then start kind of pushing and trying to get tools. So that's kind of where I'm going forwards. Now I did try to do the Golem territory. I did actually manage to complete it, but it took so long. I think I'm going to have to start thinking about getting better gear. So these new stuff here, so like, yeah, I'm gonna have to start trying to think of getting the crystal gear, but I'm gonna do that in the next episode, because like trying to do like both archaeology and combat is not going to work, because I need to do a lot more archaeology in order to unlock a lot more of the combat aspect of things. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm going at the moment. Secret Mines is going to be, I say it's going to take about 2 hours or something like that. I still need the agility obstacle for obstacle 9, but I need to get my archaeology to level 70. But I might as well try and upgrade this. I've got a couple of hours before I go to bed, so I'm going to upgrade this to perfect and then just sit on the secret mine overnight, and we'll see where I get to. And yeah, so I'll see you all in a bit. Okay, so I've been doing a whole lot in terms of archaeology. I got my archaeology level to level 97. And essentially, I've kind of bypassed some of these. Like, the quarry, I haven't done. The glacier city ruins, I haven't done. I've done a bit of the coral wreckage. But essentially, I've been doing, like, trying to focus on trying to get my upgrades for my tools. So for example, doing a lot of the ancient forge in order to get each of the ancient tools. Now I needed 16 of each, one to donate to the museum and then 15 to upgrade it in the shop. I then switched over and I got to the secret mines right here, which I got enough dark steel ore to make 400 dark steel bars to upgrade it, and now I'm kind of stuck in terms of the leveling up of tools, which I need the pure crystal binding dust, but in order to get that I need to be able to do the crystal depths. Now regardless of whether or not you got the best gear in the game, unless you're using new gear, I don't think you'll be able to do this, mostly because these monsters have something called crystallization, which makes it basically almost impossible to even attack these monsters. So I need the better gear, and I've been looking at the gear and I thought, you know what, screw this, we're not going to go for the crystal gear, we'll go for the pure crystal gear. Which meant that I needed to unlock this, the lost temple. So I think I went into the ritual site, got the old temple chart right there, and then I switched over and I did the tiny artifacts, trying to get as many of these as possible. Now, from what I can tell, at the moment I'm making the refined pure crystals, so I needed those to upgrade my cartography interval, so I'm trying to reduce my cartography level as much as possible. I did also got where is it? I did the coral wreckage on medium so I could get the old spyglass. That actually makes it so that cartography, you see it says 3.35 seconds here. I can get that down to 2.4 seconds at the moment, but I still want it as fast as possible. There's still items in archaeology that I can get that makes cartography quicker, and the reason why is because usually it takes about 5 seconds if you have no upgrades whatsoever, and to do 5,760 actions it takes 8 hours. At 2.4 seconds it takes me a little under 4 hours, which is going to be great, especially once I go through like one of the maps. It's going to be a very, very good thing to actually try and get this down as much as possible. Now I'm going to need the pure crystal binding dust in order to get the cartography interval. I think I'm just going to focus on the tools at the moment. Also at 50% mastery experience pool, I can get a +3 tool level, so these percentages will go up. And that's what I'm looking for. So essentially at the moment you can see I'm making quite a few of these. I did the 3,000 needed for the cartography upgrade, but I need however many it is to actually make like one out of every single one of these. Plus I wanted to kind of get them all upgraded, because if we go over to here we can see that upgrading the pure crystal boots requires 800 of these, but then doing the boots down here to the gold will cost me 1,000. So I need 1,800 for each of these, which is 5, which is 9,000 in total. So I need 9,000 refined pure crystals, plus however many is to actually make one of each piece of gear. So that's kind of where I'm going right now. I'm also gonna try at least I don't know whether I'm gonna go for the melee setup or whether or not I'll go for ranged. I don't know, but whichever one, we're gonna go through here and see how bad it is. But obviously I gotta wait till I get the refined pure crystals. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till that happens. I'm gonna make one of each, upgrade them, and then we'll go and try one of the monsters and see if it's going to be easy, whether it's going to be hard, because I still kind of don't know in terms of what gems is going to be the best gems for it, what tablets and yada yada yada. So we'll see. Okay, so I've kind of switched things out. I decided that because I only really have a basic barrier gem, I might as well shove that in. I'm using Spectra and Minotaur as my tablets. I really don't think it matters, considering that they both do some damage. Maybe down the line I'll figure out what the best combination is. I got the S4 signet ring, so I can get a little bit more in terms of dungeon, well, some loot. I really should have a better cape. Oh, okay, we can upgrade. Okay, we can upgrade this, so we will upgrade it at some point. So I'm going to do that right there. Get a bit more damage reduction. Elder Crown, I'm not really sure. I think this is what I'm going to do. Could be wrong, but like, maybe I should use a better weapon for now. Do I have the give me a sec. Okay, so I do have the Royal Toxin Spear, but it's a two-handed weapon. I'm trying to get things because currently this means 25% chance to dodge crystallization and a 25% chance to dodge crystal sanction from being applied. So that's kind of with every single piece of gear apart from the gloves, which you can't upgrade, which only has a 10% chance to dodge crystallization. So I think this is the best we're going to actually get because I'm using melee. I need to do crystal shatterer. Yeah, combat triangle. So we'll have a look and we'll see. So maximum hit. And it's okay, so as you can see, I'm not doing any damage until that actually hits, and this might be a problem. Okay, yeah, this might be an issue. We'll see if we can actually do it, but it's not looking good. You know, I'm just gonna let this go and see if I actually managed to kill one. Okay, so I've been on this for a while now and I am having absolutely no luck whatsoever. I have actually changed a couple of things. So for example, I got this one 10% chance for sleep applied to the enemy to last an extra one attack turn. So I got that, hoping that I would be able to pull it asleep. I also got the allure amulet, and honestly none of it is doing absolutely any health. So I think for now this is going to be a probably, I'm assuming that there's going to be some items in archaeology that actually helps in terms of actually going against these monsters, but for now there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to do it, because I could probably do it on one of the others, maybe the magic, but it's just trying to get the barrier down enough to actually have that help. Currently, if we go to summoning, we'll do the last one, tortoise. So while barrier, this chance changes to 10% when the barrier is down, 10% for summon to apply a barrier bleed to the enemy that deals damage equal to 200%. Okay, so that would be nice, but I don't have enough turtle things in order to do that, so I might have to grind out that. Oh god. You know what? Screw it. We're doing it. We'll have a look and see if that actually helps. We'll see if that actually helps, and if it does, then I'm going to need to grind out a whole bunch of these basic barrier gems. Okay, so we're going to fight. We're going to have a look and see how we do. But it's only a 10% chance, so come on, you can do it. Come on, come on. No. No, come on, come on. I'm just not doing enough attack, and I don't know how to increase that. And you think 25% ain't that bad, and then it just jumps up almost to the fullest. Is there anything... there might also be potions that I can do, but like I haven't really looked into that. You know, I'll look into that and I'll probably come back on, but I think for now it's going to be a simple case of I've done what I can. This is going to be something that I'm going to have to kind of look into. But with that said, yeah, with that said, I'm just going to leave it here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, give it a like, subscribe. Thank you to my editor who edits these videos, and also to my Patreon supporters, Missy and Aaron. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.